Shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to you, hopefully elect. This is just going to be a spiritual rant, because I was thinking, when it comes to the Hebrew Israelites, there's such a negative light that is shown upon us, because it's just the simple fact that we bring out truth, we bring out truth, which, of course, these people, they'd rather be told comforting lies, right? Because this truth, one thing about this truth and this standard of Yahweh Shema Shai is that it requires change. It requires growth. All right. As a matter of fact, real quick, I'm gonna get this in Deuteronomy 10. Deuteronomy 10 and 12. And now, Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God require of thee? But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul. So the point being, because it said to walk in all his ways. All right, and when you go into that word walk, it goes into a manner of life. All right, a way of living. You see, like I said, this thing of ours, it requires change. Which of course these people, they're comfortable in complacency. They're comfortable in wickedness, So, like I was saying, when it comes to this thing of ours, the Hebrew Israelites, right? The fact that we get such a negative light shown upon us, like I said, to sum it up again, man, the fact that the truth is being brought out, right? The fact that we get on the so-called white man, and everything else, everything that comes with it, and I'm talking about the Hebrew Israelite ministry in general, not just Great Millstone. All right, because when you look at the Christians, no one talks bad about the Christians. No one talks bad about the Muslims. All right, or any other religion. All right, which we're not a religion. Let me just say that. All right, because when you go into the word religion, it goes into basically to hold back, to restrain. All right, so we're not a religion. Again, this thing of ours, like I just read, Deuteronomy, this thing of ours is a way of living. It's a culture. It's a heritage. It's not a religion. All right. But no one talks down as much as they do the Hebrew Israelites, and I just find it funny, because it's like, why is that? Why is that? And I was meditating because as much shit as everyone wants to talk about the Hebrew Israelites, right? As much of a negative spotlight that we get, but no one ever talks about the men and the women that we're becoming. All right, no one talks about the good things, so to say. Right? No one talks about those things. So what do I mean? Well, real quick, I'm gonna just get this. Like I said, it's just a spiritual rant. I didn't really have anything planned. I was just meditating on this. I just find it funny, right? Everyone wants to talk shit, but no one wants to talk about the good things that come from being a Hebrew Israelite, right? Like, just real quick, in Job 38, Job 38, Slakia. Job 38 and 3, gird up now thy loins like a man, for I will demand of thee, and answer thou me. And that entails a lot, all right? Because a part of this thing of ours, to quote the Apostle Gabar, in order to be a man of the Lord, first we have to learn to be a man. And like I said, that entails a lot, because pursuant to the curses in Deuteronomy 28, right? Which, just to skim through some of them real quick off the top of my head, when it comes to those curses, right? Well, because of the curses, that's why you have broken families, right? You have deadbeat fathers, right? And that's just one of many examples, right? Let's just use that for an example. A deadbeat father, right? Well, being an Israelite man, all right, we learn to handle our responsibilities. We learn to man up. Because brothers come from all type of walks in life, right? But you see, brothers get their act together. Brothers get their act together, right? Some brothers, they were in and out of the system. Some brothers selling drugs, like I just mentioned, the deadbeats, deadbeat fathers. But as we grow in this truth, as we go in this ministry, that changes, and brothers man up, become more responsible. Brothers, brothers that have children, they take care of the children, man. To the best of their abilities. Brothers take care of their children, right? Brothers that were in and out the system, they basically, they put a lid to it, man. They put a stop to it. You have it to where some brothers, man, before the truth, they made their living off of robbing, right? Stealing, selling drugs. But those same brothers, right? Those same brothers, man, they put that shit behind, leave that shit alone, leave that lifestyle alone. In the past, brothers get jobs, brothers man up, brothers own up, and take care of their responsibilities. You see, those are the things no one talks about. That's why I said I just find it funny. Those are the things that no one talks about. As far as being a Hebrew Israelite, as much as shit people want to talk about the Hebrew Israelites, no one talks about these things. How brothers, how men, we're becoming real men. Alpha males, real alpha males in training, right? And those are the things no one talks about. I just find it funny. Real quick, I'm gonna get this. In Romans. Romans chapter 8. I'll start at verse 4. That the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. And again, that's what we are learning. All right, because actually when you read on, it says, for they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh. And you see this why a lot of Jake ends up in the system, right? Because they weren't taught to, the things that we learn in this truth. All right, we didn't learn this stuff in the world. Everything that we learned in the world, man, was contrary to Yahweh Shem Shai. Again, that's why a lot of Jake end up in the system or in the grave or just down bad, man. But again, the fact that process is being reversed and brothers actually wising up, manning up, standing on their own, standing on business, taking care of the business, handling their responsibilities. No one talks about these things. No one talks about the good that comes from being a Hebrew Israelite. They don't want to talk about, the fact that we get on the so-called white man and, oh, you guys are misogynistic when we're not misogynistic. We love women. All right. Listen, brothers love women. All right. But the attitude that these women, especially these westernized women, it's just unacceptable. And that's the thing, because this is a threat. That's why there's a problem. Matter of fact, let's read on. What was that? Verse 6. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. And you see, like I was saying, that's why Jake, man, ended up in a system. We weren't taught to think rationally. We weren't taught to think rationally. This is why Jake is emotional. All right. This is why Jake is emotional. They get emotional, and they make decisions based off of their flesh. They end up making decisions that's not in the best of their interests. And that's why Jake, again, they're in a system, or they end up dropping dead in a grave, right? But verse 7, it says, because the carnal mind is enmity against God, for it is not subject to the law of God, neither indeed can be. And scriptures talk about how, the love of this world, all right? The love of this world is enmity with Yahweh Shema Shah as well. Because I was making the point, that's why, a man that comes back into true manhood, because that's what we are learning. We are coming back into true manhood. That's a threat to this society. That's a threat to this world. All right. So the fact that you have men that are, waking up, standing on business, like I was saying, people want to talk shit. Oh, y'all are too toxic masculinity, which there's no such thing. All right. I was just telling one of the guys, man, that I played ball with yesterday, about, as far as men, men are supposed to have a certain dog about them, The men are supposed to have a certain dog about them, a certain roughness and toughness about them, Because, again, there's no such thing as toxic masculinity. Yeah, there's a such thing as toxic people, but there's no such thing as toxic masculinity. They talk about the world teaches men to get in touch with their feminine side, when a man is not supposed to have no type of femininity in him. Man is not supposed to be feminine. Men aren't supposed to be feminine. You see, but that's something that benefits the world, right? When men, especially Israelite men, are docile and dumbed down, but the fact that, again, that process is being reversed. All right. Men are waking up. Men are waking up. You see, it's a beautiful thing that's going on right now. That's another thing I be telling some of the guys that I ball with, man. That's because we would just be having conversations, and it's just like, man, we are in, how the tides have turned, how the tides have turned, because men are waking up, man. Men are waking up. Real quick, let me get this. In Isaiah 24:1. Behold, the Lord maketh the earth empty, and maketh the waste, and turneth it upside down, and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. But the point being, it said that the Lord is turning things upside down, which in reality, because everything is already turned upside down, the Lord's really turning things right side up. All right, the Lord is really turning things right side up, because everything is already turned upside down. Because, like I said, man, boy, are the tides turning. Are the tides turning? Men are waking up. People are complaining. I did a video on this a couple of weeks ago. Like, man, as far as his wickedness, hey, it's played out. The scriptures say the night is far spent. Right? Wickedness is played out. Everyone's complaining. Everyone's tired. And it's just beautiful to see the transition. All right. As soon as Edges 6 and 9, Jacob is the end of the Slakia. Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. We're currently seeing the transition. Esau's kingdom going down, and the kingdom of Israel is being established. All right, Yahweh Shai's kingdom is being established. So with that being said, everything's being turned right side up. You see, man, and it's a privilege to be a part of this process. Lord willing, we're at that number. It's a privilege to be a part of this process, you know. But nevertheless, to bring it all back to the point, you know, because again, these are the type of things that no one talks about. All right, the good that comes from the Hebrew Israelites, being the Hebrew Israelites. Like I said, brothers that sold drugs, brothers don't sell drugs no more, destroying their people. You know, Jake is not doing that anymore. You know, not the sincere brothers. You know, not sincere brothers. You know, brothers are repenting. You know, we're all repenting for whatever we've done, whatever we did. You know, still doing. Brothers change their lives around, and women. You know, to the sincere sisters. All right. You know, brothers and sisters are changing their lives around for the better. But no one talks about those things. You know, it's just everyone's so stuck on the fact that, oh, y'all talk about the so-called white man being a devil and this and that. But no one ever talks about the good things that come from being a Hebrew Israelite. You see? You see, man? But yeah, just a few things on my mind. Like I said, it was just a quick spiritual rant. Lord willing, it was edifying. All praises to Yahweh Shai. Shalom to you, hopefully elect.